All right, today we're doing something a little different. We're not just making a sauce, we're basically reverse engineering a staple from professional kitchens. This is the blueprint, the real deal for a perfect, vibrant Namjim seafood. You know that feeling, right? You have this amazing sauce at a restaurant, it's so alive, so electric, and then you try to make it at home, and it just falls flat. Well, I've got good news for you. It's not magic. It's actually chemistry and technique. And we're going to break it all down right now.
So let's be super clear about what we're looking at. This is not your average everyday recipe. This is a professional formula. Every single ingredient is in there for a very specific reason, all working towards one goal: a potent, high-acid sauce that just makes seafood sing without totally drowning it out.
Okay, this is where the fun really begins. We're going to deconstruct this formula piece by piece so you can see exactly what each ingredient is doing in there. This is where we stop just following a recipe and start truly understanding flavor.
So here it is, the full blueprint, and you'll notice right away, we're talking serious precision here, grams and milliliters. This is absolutely not guesswork. It's all about hitting that perfect balance. Every single one of these numbers is critical, and we're about to find out why, starting with the foundation.
You know, every great sauce kind of has a soul, right? For this one, its soul is the aromatic base. These are the ingredients that create that deep, fragrant backbone that everything else is built on.
Okay, so first up, we've got 70 grams of that really potent small clove Thai garlic, and then 45 grams of coriander root. And yeah, I'm talking about the root, not the leaves. That's a huge distinction. The root is where you get that intense, earthy, almost citrusy perfume. It's basically the aromatic engine for the whole sauce.
All right, so we've got our aromatic foundation. Now it's time to build the framework, and that's the acid-salt backbone. This is what gives the sauce its signature bright, savory, totally mouth-watering quality. It's the structure that holds all those other flavors up.
Now pay close attention to the specs here, because this is important. We're talking 200 milliliters of freshly squeezed and filtered lime juice. Seriously, no bottled stuff. It won't work. And 170 milliliters of a first-press, high-protein fish sauce. This is where quality is everything. It is literally the difference between a clean, savory depth and just a muddy, generic flavor.
Okay, let's talk about heat. In a professional sauce like this, heat isn't just about being hot, you know? It's about being precise. We are not looking for some dull, lingering burn that just blows out your palate. We're aiming for something way more elegant, way more clean.
This is why the choice of chili is so crucial. We're using 85 grams of green bird's eye chilies, and here's why. They deliver a sharp, clean, almost grassy kind of heat. It's the kind of heat that cuts right through the richness of seafood, completely different from that smoky, heavy heat you get from red chilies. And yeah, using fresh, firm pods, that's totally non-negotiable for that bright color and flavor.
And finally, we have the balancers. Think of these as the glue that holds everything together. I mean, you've got all these powerful flavors going on, intense aromatics, super high acid, that sharp heat. You need something to round out those edges and make it all play nice together.
So to tame that fierce acidity from the lime, we've got 65 grams of palm sugar, which brings this gentle, kind of caramel sweetness. But that little 2 grams of sea salt, that is the secret weapon right there. It does double duty. Not only does it help stabilize the flavor, but it also acts as an abrasive when you're blending, helping to break everything down. It's such a small detail, but it has a massive impact.
Okay, so we've got the what. Now let's talk about the how. Because honestly, having the right ingredients is only half the battle. It's the technique, the actual production, that separates a world-class sauce from just a pretty good one. And this is where things get a little scientific. 3 seconds. If you take away only one thing about the technique today, please let it be this number. It is the single most important part of this whole process, and it's all about controlling one simple thing. The enemy here is heat, specifically heat from friction. If you just turn on the blender and let it rip, the blades will get hot and they'll literally start to cook your sauce. And that heat is a killer. It instantly oxidizes the fresh lime juice, makes it bitter, and turns that beautiful, vibrant green into a sad, muddy olive color. The solution is so simple. Pulse. 3 seconds on, stop. 3 seconds on, stop. That's it. It's all about temperature management, and it's the secret to protecting that fresh, vibrant flavor. And look, the battle isn't over once it's blended. Now you have to protect your creation. You need a non-reactive container. Think glass or stainless steel. And then, and this is key, you press plastic wrap directly onto the surface of the sauce. The goal is zero air contact. Why? Because oxygen will destroy the sauce faster than anything else.
So you've followed the formula. You've nailed the technique. How do you know if you actually did it right? Well, now it's time for what chefs call a line check. It's time to professionally judge your own work.
And your first judge? It's your eyes. Just look at the difference here. On the left, that's success. It's vibrant. It's almost glowing green. You can see the little flecks of chili. It looks alive. On the right, that's failure. It's that dull, muddy olive color we talked about. That's the telltale sign of oxidation. You heated it up too much in the blender.
Okay, now for the palate test. Taste it like a pro. The very first thing you should feel is this jolt of acidity that makes your mouth water immediately. That's the lime juice doing its job perfectly. Right after that, you should get a wave of savory, umami saltiness from the fish sauce. And the finish, it should be a clean, sharp heat that lingers, but in a good way. It shouldn't just destroy your taste buds. It should make you want to go back for another bite. All right, so we've gone through the formula, the technique, and how to judge the final product. Now let's just boil it all down to the single most important idea behind this entire process.
If there is one thing you remember from all of this, let it be this quote. Oxygen is the #1 enemy of this sauce, period. From the second you squeeze the limes to the moment you put it on the table, you are in a race against oxygen. That 3-second pulse, pressing the plastic wrap on top, every single part of this blueprint is designed to fight that one enemy and keep the flavor fresh and alive.
So why all this crazy precision? It's not just to be difficult, I promise. It's about control. You're basically controlling a chemical reaction. You're using technique to protect all those delicate flavors. The whole goal is to create the brightest, most electric flavor you possibly can. And that right there is the difference between just following steps and truly mastering a craft.
So there you have it, the blueprint, the science, and the techniques that the pros use. You have everything you need. So the only question left is, what are you going to build with it?